Data-driven decisions, the foundation for economic growth. Colombia stands at a crossroads. The nation has the potential for economic growth, but challenges lie ahead. To navigate this path, Colombia needs data-driven decisions. Reforms must be based on evidence. This ensures policies are effective. It also builds trust with investors. Data tells a story. In Colombia, it reveals both opportunities and risks. Understanding these is crucial. It allows policymakers to make informed choices. These choices will shape Colombia's economic future. Ignoring data is a recipe for disaster. It leads to policies that miss the mark. This can harm the economy and the people. Colombia cannot afford such missteps. The stakes are too high. Data-driven decisions are not just an option. They are a necessity. They are the foundation for sound economic policy, and they are essential for Colombia's future prosperity. Colombia's fiscal tightrope, balancing reforms and sustainability. Colombia faces a fiscal challenge. The projected deficit for 2024 is 5.3% of GDP. This means the government is spending more than it takes in. This is a concern. It limits the resources available for essential programs. Public debt has also been increasing. This adds to the pressure on the government's finances. It can lead to higher interest rates, and it can make it more difficult to borrow money. So how can Colombia pay for reforms? This is a key question. The government needs to find ways to raise revenue. It also needs to control spending. Balancing these competing demands is tricky, but it is essential. Colombia's economic future depends on it. Foreign investment. A vote of confidence in Colombia's future? Foreign direct investment, or FDI, is crucial. It brings in much-needed capital. This helps businesses grow, it creates jobs, and it boosts the economy. But attracting FDI is not easy. Colombia has seen a decline in FDI. It fell by 31% in 2023. This is a worrying trend. It suggests that investors are losing confidence. They are concerned about the political and economic climate. Why the decline? One reason is uncertainty. Investors need to see stability. They need to trust that the rules of the game won't change overnight. This is especially true for long-term investments. Reforms are necessary, but they need to be well-designed and predictable. Otherwise, they can scare away investors. Business confidence, the engine of job creation and economic growth. Businesses are the backbone of any economy. They create jobs, they generate wealth, and they drive economic growth. But businesses need the right environment to thrive. One crucial factor is confidence. When businesses are confident, they invest, they hire more workers, and they expand their operations. This is good for everyone. Unfortunately, business confidence in Colombia has been declining. This is reflected in surveys by groups like Fedesarolo. These surveys measure how optimistic businesses are about the future. The decline in confidence is a red flag. It suggests that businesses are worried, they are uncertain about the future, and they are holding back on investments. This can have a ripple effect throughout the economy. Section 5. The labor market, a delicate balance between flexibility and worker protection. Labor reform is a hot topic in Colombia. Some argue that the labor market is too rigid. They say it makes it difficult for businesses to hire and fire workers. This, they argue, stifles job creation. Others counter that worker protections are essential. They prevent exploitation, and they ensure that workers have a safety net. Finding the right balance is key. Poorly designed labor reforms can backfire. They can lead to greater informality. This means more people working in the shadow economy. It's a lose-lose situation. Colombia needs a labor market that works for everyone. It needs to be flexible enough to attract investment, but it also needs to protect workers' rights. Section 6. Healthcare in Colombia, a system under strain. Healthcare is a fundamental right, but providing quality healthcare is expensive, and Colombia's healthcare system is under strain. There are concerns about underfunding. The Comptroller General has raised the alarm. The proposed health reforms may not be financially sustainable. This could have serious consequences. Without adequate funding, hospitals will struggle. Patients may face longer wait times, and the quality of care could suffer. This is unacceptable. Colombia needs a healthcare system that is fit for purpose. It needs to be properly funded. and it needs to deliver for all Colombians. Section 7. Pension Reform. Ensuring dignity and sustainability for Colombia's aging population. Colombia's population is aging. This is a positive sign of development, but it also presents challenges. One of the biggest is pensions. The current pension system is under pressure. There are more retirees and fewer workers paying into the system. This is a recipe for trouble. Pension reform is a sensitive issue, but it is one that Colombia cannot afford to ignore. The government needs to find a way to ensure the system's long-term sustainability. At the same time, any reforms must be fair. They need to protect the rights of current and future retirees. Finding the right balance will be crucial. Section 8. The perils of ideologically driven policies. A cautionary tale. Ideology has its place, but when it comes to economic policy, it can be dangerous. Ideologically driven decisions are often divorced from reality. They are based on beliefs rather than evidence. This can lead to disastrous outcomes. Colombia has seen this firsthand. When policies are driven by ideology, the people suffer, the economy suffers, and the country suffers. Colombia cannot afford to repeat the mistakes of the past. The focus must be on pragmatic, evidence-based solutions. Solutions that work for all Colombians, not just for a select few. Section 9. A call to action. Balanced policies for a prosperous Colombia. Colombia stands at a pivotal moment. The decisions made today will shape the country's future. The path forward is clear. Colombia needs balanced policies,